there are a lot of hype around artificial intelligence, but I have to say that there is no artificial intelligence. It doesn't exist because of consciousness. We develop a neural network. It's a useful machine algorithm which helps people. So the main purpose of our platform is to democratize AI.
We are the artificial intelligence platform uniting all key components of the artificial intelligence. We generate data, which is our know-how. It's synthetic data sets that we generate artificially. We use computing power to render images, and we're using computing power of the mining rigs of the cryptocurrency miners. And we build the models and we train the models using the computing power and synthetic data sets that we generated in our two domains.
It was, 1.5 years ago when I created my animation movie. So we create animation movie just for children. And the idea was how to use neural network to help us to create animation. And at the same time, the idea was how to create animation to make a machine learning. And is it possible or not? And we discovered that it's possible. We can create synthetic data sets and train machine algorithm in virtual environment, and it works. So we developing one project for retail. We're creating a huge amount of synthetic data of FMCG products on the shelves in supermarket.
To train a model, to train a deep learning model, you need to have an insane amount of data to feed, and that data has to be white labeled and structured, and it takes enormous amount of manpower and time. It's extremely time consuming to white label the data, search this data for internet, structure it, and feed it to the model.
Could you imagine it's more than 170,000 items on the shelves. It needs huge amount of data. It's more than 1 billion labeling images.
So we came up with a new framework. Why don't we generate that data, right? We synthetically create this data. It costs 10 times less than doing it by hand. It speeds up the process about 5 to 7 times. If we say the computers are the way of the future, then we have to use computers to create data. We as a startup, we're very cost conscious. And when we started generating these synthetic data sets, when we analyzed our expenses versus our revenues, we saw the vast majority of our revenues disappearing to pay for the computing power. We started looking for solutions that would provide us something that would yield us a little bit better results on the production. And that, of course, led us to understand that one of the key players on the market who can provide you with the power of computing are the miners of the cryptocurrencies. We also saw that they're looking to repurpose their powers because their revenues keep shrinking and shrinking, and the demand for the amount of power that they need is increasing. And that's where we met together.
So we create a platform. We want to spread this experience to all AI startups because it's absolutely disruptive, the whole industry. Because you don't need to spend more on computing capacity. You don't need to spend more on very experienced software engineering. We're creating a very affordable framework for everybody who wants to use machine learning in their regular life, in their business. So we create ecosystem when everybody can spend our Naira tokens on computing capacity, on synthetic data sets, on machine learning algorithm, model of neural networks. It's good profit margin. So now we have more than 30% profit margin of what we do, and we definitely will increase this number.